Hey, my spiritual gang stars, Golden here. I wanted to come on here because I received a downloaded channeled message today and I wasn't expecting it to come through, but a friend of mine had asked me if there was anything going on this weekend, and it just kind of came to me like I already knew it. And so I wanted to come on here and share it with you all because I feel that this is happening collectively for the divine feminine and the divine masculine. And I wanted to let you know that if you are experiencing an, what do I want to call it? An emotional turbulence at this time, feeling like your emotions are all over the place, that you're not the only one. Okay, I feel like a lot of us are experiencing highs and lows. And what I was getting channeled to me is that this is happening for a reason. There are a lot of solar storms happening at the moment. And solar storms have to do with the sun, which is often known as masculine energy. Okay. And so, what I was getting from this is that these solar storms are happening to bring all of this old emotional baggage to the surface. Now, this is going to be things that were insecurities, things that we feel like we failed at in relationships. These are going to be fears of detachment and separation. And I feel like for a lot of us in the collective, especially feminine energy, if you resonate with feminine energy, or this could just be the feminine energy within you, okay? Because we all have both a balance of divine masculine, divine feminine energies. But what is happening is that this emotional purge, these things that are coming up, these baggages that we carry unknowingly sometimes, are coming up because they're a blockage. And it's what the ego mind kind of convinces us that there is a divide, okay, between our partner, between our twin flame, our soulmate. Okay, so a lot of you, I feel like, are going to be resonating with the twin flame connection if you were guided to this reading and channel message today. Okay, and what else I was getting from this is a time where the universe is helping dissolve these feelings of separation. It is an illusion, okay? There is no divide, and this illusion will fade once these emotions come up to purge. Okay, you'll be more balanced within your divine feminine, divine masculine energy. I was also getting channeled the color purple, and so that was guiding me that the focus at this time when you're meditating or you're visualizing is the color purple and the crown chakra. Okay, and I feel like the messages that I was getting today were to help guide you through these emotional turbulences. The color purple, focus on the color purple when you are meditating. Okay, this is going to help bring up these things. These things could be painful, okay? They could bring us to tears, but this is all happening for a reason, because the ego mind is what is causing these blockages here. And I'm going to go ahead and pull some cards for this just so I can get some more channeled messages. But what I was getting is that you and your partner, okay, if you are divine feminine, you have a divine masculine working with you at this time. With these solar storms coming through, this is divine masculine energy that is coming through to help these emotions dissolve, okay? It's giving you the courage to kind of take the leap here and go inward and challenge yourself to these emotions. Ask yourself why you're feeling this. Have the courage to release and trust this divine masculine that is supporting you in the fifth dimension. Okay? And I feel like once these things start to come up and they're forcefully kind of being forced upon us to purge, that it's going to allow more room for the masculine in his ego mind in the 3D plane to start to dissolve blockages within his heart, okay? Blockages within his 3D mind, his ego. And so what he's doing in the 5D is helping you overcome these challenges in the 3D. And what that's doing is sending energy to your divine masculine here in the 3D plane, removing blockages from his heart, from his mind to his heart, okay? And this is going to allow him to open up more into the connection and become closer to you in the third dimension. So it's like you guys are working all around. You guys are working together in the fifth dimension, in the third dimension, together as one, okay? And so once these feelings kind of dissolve, it helps bring your connection closer in the third dimension, okay? I'm going to tune in more to these energies, okay? I just heard the name Sarah. Somebody's name may be Sarah. It just came through to me, or start with the letter S. But I'm going to go ahead and pull some cards, and we'll see what we can get come through here today. Okay, right away we have the Fool, and it's coming out in reverse. What's interesting to me on this card is that it is a divine feminine, and she's standing on the edge of a cliff over these waters, okay? And she's holding out her hand. And in her hand, she's holding a purple gemstone. So this really is telling me that at this time is really time to focus on the ego mind and what blockages are causing a disconnection with you and your divine masculine at this time. Okay, so this is just, she's also wearing a yellow dress. So that kind of tunes into the solar plexus, which also can hold on to anxieties and fears, especially when it comes to detachment and resentment and things like that. And so I feel like this is also a sign from the solar power energy that your divine masculine is sending at this time. Or if you resonate with divine masculine energy, this is what is being empowered at this time with this card, okay? And so this is kind of the universe and your divine masculine pushing you off the edge of this cliff, showing you that you're going to be able to fly, okay? And so I'm going to pull another card here. I was getting the numbers 18 and 99. And we have the Nine of Swords coming out here. Okay, upright. What I'm seeing on this card is a woman, and she is kind of hovered over, and she's in her emotions. It looks like she may be crying, okay? And there is a bunch of like crows swooping over this woman's head. But amongst the crows, there is one white bird, okay? Maybe two. They're kind of all blended together. And the song that was just channeled to me was Two Sparrows in a Hurricane. I'll go ahead and list it below. I'm not going to sing it at this time, but like two sparrows in a hurricane trying to find their way. How else does that go? That song is the world says they'll never make it, but love says they will. It's a really beautiful song, and I feel like it was channeled to me for a reason. But this bird here, I feel like this is your higher selves in the fifth dimension helping you work through these energies here. And the crows are standing out to me as kind of this being a major death and rebirth here. So I feel like this is your higher selves working together to push the divine feminine, like I said before, here. And this is why all of these emotions are coming up to purge. It's like all of these things that were being held within are coming forth to the surface to be released to the universe, okay? And then we've got the number 9 card, the Hermit. Okay, so there's the two number 9s that I was being channeled here. And what's interesting to me is 9 plus 9 is 18. Number 18 in the tarot deck is the Moon card. And the moon is very significant to this reading, which I will get to in just a moment. But I'm going to go ahead and tune into this. It is the Hermit, and the Hermit is Virgo season, okay? And it is a woman sitting at the top of a cliff here, and I feel like this is the divine and this divine masculine energy forcing you to go within and purge these emotions, okay? And what I was going to say about the moon is not only do we have these solar storms coming through that are allowing these old baggage emotions being kind of forced to the surface here, but along with that, once you're working through these energies, on the 17th, we have the harvest full moon, okay? So the harvest full moon is all about bringing your seeds that you've planted to fruition, okay? And so these emotions that we're carrying around, they need to be dissolved. It's kind of like they need to be weeded out in order for these seeds to blossom into what we intended for them to be. So this is why the divine and your higher self and your divine masculine energies are really pushing you off the edge of this cliff at this time and forcing you to go inward, okay? So like I said, there could be a lot of emotional turbulence happening at this time, and so this could explain why this is happening. And you'll feel great after you have a release, and then another one will come along. It's kind of like this roller coaster of emotions. But just know that there is a higher purpose for this, and that you're not alone through this experience, that your higher selves are working together to make this connection come closer in the 3D, okay? And so I really feel like I was getting channeled 1899 because 9 plus 9, okay, is all the number 9 is all about death and rebirth, okay? I feel like it's all about endings and beginnings in this channeled message that I'm getting. So if you take the divine masculine as a number 9 and you take the divine feminine energy as the number 9, and it's a balance of energies that are trying to happen here, okay? A balance so you guys can come into harmony and become more in harmony in the third dimension. 9 plus 9 is 18. Okay, 18 is the tarot card in the moon card in the tarot deck. And on the 18th, the day after this harvest moon, which is also, the harvest moon is also a partial eclipse. A partial eclipse is partially the sun, partially the moon, okay? So they're coming together to balance. And so this is the channel message that I was getting, is that you're working together, okay, in the third dimension and in the fifth dimension. And I really feel like masculine energy is coming through here in the fifth dimension now during this time to help the divine feminine. And then the divine feminine is initially helping the divine masculine in the third dimension. And it's just going in a complete circle here. And it's almost like this is a major cycle ending, okay? So something new can begin. And that is why these emotions are coming up to be purged here. I just saw 1313 on the clock here on my timer. Maybe relevant to somebody. It is the 13th today, so I'm not surprised. But this super moon is on the 18th. So I feel like a lot of these things are coming up here. The moon is really relevant. It's harvesting season. This super moon is no coincidence that it's on the 18th of this season, okay? I feel like this is going to bring a lot of deaths and rebirths, a lot of ego deaths for a lot of the collective at this time. And it's going to dissolve this fear of separation and divide, okay? To know that we are one all together as a collective, but not only that, but you are one with your divine partner. And this just is proof showing you that you guys are working together and that you're never really apart, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and pull another card here. We have 19, the sun, okay? So the sun energy is what is guiding you at this time. And then the moon is going to help push through these things and bring on these new beginnings after we experience this full moon eclipse and supermoon, where a balance, a harmony of the divine masculine, divine feminine energies are going to come into balance, okay? This is going to cause turbulence for the masculine as well, is what it was just channeled to me. We got the 5 of Swords coming out here. There's a divine masculine, okay? and he's got his hand on his head, and he's got a crow standing on his shoulder in his ear. So I feel like once the divine feminine starts to purge and release these emotional baggages, and she's on this roller coaster ride of letting go, and surrendering to the divine, and surrendering to these emotions and these feelings and releasing them. This is causing the divine masculine to start to have turbulence in his 3D world. Okay. He's starting to question everything. Okay. There's also a man in the background kind of standing on the edge of the cliff as well. So this is when it's going to kind of push the masculine into this Fool mode, okay, the Fool card, and he is going to be sort of enlightened to this connection, okay? He's going to start to be more in tune with his emotions and his empathy. This is going to cause turbulence, though. This masculine is going to be very confused, especially if there is a third party involved. But I feel like the more the divine feminine works with the divine masculine's higher self in the 5th dimension, this is going to be easier for the masculine in the 3D to overcome, okay? We got the Knight of Swords coming out here. There's a picture of a masculine, and the crow is flying ahead of him. So it's like these emotional turbulence coming up for the masculine are a guide leading him back to the feminine. In this picture, you see the back of the masculine, and he's running. He's got an archery bow on the back, on his back. So this could be a moment where he's kind of hit by Cupid, and he comes to a realization about this connection in the 3D. And it looks like he's running to get on this motorcycle here, and he is chasing something. Okay, so this could be a moment where the divine masculine is going to have these feelings of wanting to reach out suddenly to the divine feminine. I feel like this bird is kind of calling it for him. They say that the crows call it. The crows call these types of connections. So something about birds is significantly standing out to me. This could be a major moment where the divine masculine comes into alignment and kind of is being guided by this spirit, this bird here. Oh, we got Justice coming out here. And I'm not surprised at all, because the Justice card shows a feminine holding a sword with a mirrored image of herself, and on the sword is hanging these 2 cups that are balanced. So this is a representation of these energies being balanced and how you guys are working together in the 5th and 3rd dimension here. So this is just really beautiful. This just verifies that all of this is happening for a reason, and by allowing these things to come to surface here is going to bring justice in the 3rd dimension. It's going to bring a harmony of these energies to be balanced, the divine feminine, divine masculine energy. And we've got the World card here on the bottom of the deck. I can't make this up here. It shows a woman standing in like a hula hoop circle with all of these codes. So I feel like this is going to be a moment where things come to light here, okay? The number 21 is standing out to me on this card. This is a major moment for the divine masculine, divine feminine. This is when a cycle ends and a new chapter begins. I'm getting the word chapter here because I feel like this comes a moment where the divine is going to hand you the pen and paper and let you write your own story, okay? They're going to let you kind of take over here. And once all these things get purged, it's going to be a big release for you, okay? I feel like it's going to be a big release emotionally, a big release spiritually. And she is balancing in the middle of this hula hoop on 1 foot here. So I feel like that with the Justice card coming out really shows that what is happening right now may seem very horrible for a lot of us, but there is a purpose for it. And the purpose is to not only show you that you've always been one, and that the divide is just an illusion, the separation is an illusion, and this is your both your internal divine masculine, divine feminine energies working together, because you are the same soul if you resonate with twin flame connection. I'm going to pull one more card, split the deck here. we have the Ace of Wands. So I feel like there's an image of a woman here with her eyes closed. It could be a masculine as well. But what I'm seeing here is in her third eye is a picture of a flame. Okay? So I feel like this happening is a blessing. Okay? It is bringing everything together. I just heard the word miracle. Okay? So this is going to be a beautiful blessing from the divine. I feel like this is when you're going to balance out your energies. And the third eye and crown chakra is really standing out here to me because it's on her head, but kind of in the middle of her eyes, this flame that I'm seeing here. And so this is igniting a flame between you and your person. And you guys are coming more into alignment and more into harmony by these emotional purges coming up with these solar storms. And the sun and the moon represent feminine and masculine energy. So the solar storms before the full moon harvesting eclipse, where they kind of meet together halfway, okay, because it's a partial eclipse, they're meeting together halfway to balance out their energies, and then they're creating this beautiful super moon, which is like the super divine feminine. And today is also Friday the 13th that I am recording this. So it is the day of the divine feminine. So this masculine is helping the divine feminine step into her goddess power. And her goddess power is what is going to unlock the divine masculine here in the third dimension, bringing their connection closer together. Okay, so we have the Seven of Wands here on the bottom, and it is a picture of someone meditating over the Seven of Wands. So fire energy is also really important here, okay? So allow this sun to light this fire within. Allow the divine masculine energies to work within you to balance out your femininity with your masculine energy, okay? This goes for both masculine and feminine energy. And I feel like the divine masculine, you're going to be feeling a lot of this come through once your divine feminine starts to purge these emotions. So once you get the physical symptoms of it, means that your divine feminine here in the 3D is kind of one step ahead of you. And now she's the one guiding you exactly the same way that you're guiding her in the fifth dimension. Okay, so I am going to close the reading here. I hope that this reading was helpful for you. I want to send love to each and every one of you. If this is your first time to my channel, thank you for joining me today. I feel like these are beautiful messages coming through, and the word harmony is really standing out to me. Okay, so it's what it's all about. It's all about balancing and becoming one together here. Okay, so I love you all. I'm going to go ahead and close this reading. Please be sure to like, share, subscribe, comment, as it is all forms of you connecting with me and allowing me to pick up on your energy individually for future and current readings along with your past energy. So I love you guys. Bye.